Thank you. I will give my very brief report. Congratulations to everyone. First day for a new board, and it's exciting. Congratulations again to Superintendent President Oakley. Something that really has not happened, where a sitting superintendent president that really is in the middle of his career, for lack of a better term. I don't know where you are in your career, but I'm going to paraphrase it in that way. You may be thinking about retiring now, but traditionally that position is where you have an individual that is at the end of their career, and they go there for a few years. So that in itself, just the appointment is unique, and so I wish obviously all the best on that. To my colleagues, thank you all very much for the first meeting. I would just suggest as we move forward, and it's going to happen over time, and we had this in the workshop, it does take some time, but as we understand better how we can work on items at the same time, the understanding policies and procedures so you do not get in trouble. When I was in the back about making motions, so hopefully I'll help guide all of us when we do that, when a motion is made that really is something that probably should not be made at that point in time. And the whole point of that is I'm trying to help everyone make this meeting run in a way that not only legal but also just more efficiency. So if you hear me talk about point of order, essentially that's what it is, for trying to follow it the best we can. Certain governing bodies will have actually an attorney sitting there. It's an expensive process, but I've seen that happen in certain situations as well. I don't think we need that. But as we move forward, as you make motions or think things through, because again, the reason I'm saying this is because as our board president's going to find out very quickly is that we have a very full agenda that's going to be coming forward. That's going to demand a lot of our time and attention on other items as well, starting with this entire process of finding a new CEO. In my understanding, that's going to be agendized somewhere in our August meeting, which is going to take some time as well. So just things, as we want to move forward, we want to make positive changes and always move forward for the college, and I look forward to it. So I just want to make that a little bit of a just disclaimer when I pipe in is because what I'm hearing, and I know that it can potentially get you in trouble if you're not careful. And when I say you, not individual, I mean us as a board. So well done, everyone, and look forward to moving forward with each and every one of you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
President, you're back.
Trustee Otto.
We've talked about in passing a couple of times the need for a retreat to talk about the transition, and my recommendation is that tonight we set the date for that while everybody's here, and we can sort of figure out what might be available. I'm going to suggest maybe the 16th of August, which is a Tuesday. If people are available on that date, we don't have a meeting, and the 16th of August.
I can't make it.
Pardon?
I can't do it.
Oh, she won't be here, so.
Can we do this offline?
Pardon?
Can we do this offline?
No,
so that
no. We want to try and set it now because we're not going to be here, and so let's find out when people are available, and try and go ahead. If that doesn't work, how about the week before that? How about the 9th?
I'm only available on the 26th of August.
You're
yeah.
gone?
I am not available on other dates other than Friday, August 26th. I don't have any time off remaining at work, so I can't take time off. Unless you want me to take time off without pay, Trustee Otto, and that's not going to work for me.
Which is the 26th? Yeah, so there's no time to do it on that, so we can schedule it on another day then. I would really like to see it during the second week to give a little time for preparation for this, for the staff. That would be the week of, it's the week of the 15th, sometime during that week. Trustee Malolulu, you got any time then?
Which week?
The 15th, the week of the 15th?
I'm out of town the 15th through the 18th.
What if we did it on, Pardon?
It's not a tournament, so I'm not canceling that.
Oh, so does your husband know you're going out of town?
No, with him.
Oh. Well, what about the 19th?
Trying to schedule.
Friday?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Okay, how about, okay, we're going to try and do it on Friday, the 19th.
I can't do any of those dates. I'm sorry.
You can't do any dates in August, I understand, except for the 26th, which is College Day, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Why can't we do it on the 26th?
because it's College
The
Day.
26th is College Day, so the entire
scheduled.
staff and faculty
Can't have a
are
meeting.
meeting separately.
So,
I
Trustee
can meet-
Kellogg, are you available on that date?
Which day?
The 19th?
Right now I am.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Did you have
I-
another suggestion, Trustee
I
Zia?
can do September 9th. That's the next one I
What?
can do. Is there a
September 9th?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I
No, we-
can't do that.
Well, and we got to get moving on this, you guys. So I'm going to recommend that we do it on the 19th, Friday the 19th. And that'll give us an adequate time to prepare and move forward. What's the date of the board meeting in
23rd of August.
23rd?
August?
Yeah, that would be great. That would be good timing to, pardon? Oh.
That's why I suggested having a separate meeting conversation about scheduling.
I'm sorry, what?
The college is closed on Fridays. That doesn't mean we can't have the meeting.
Right, okay.
We can call the appropriate staff and change their day off that week if need be.
Okay. Pardon? Jackie?
I was going to be on vacation for 3 months.
But you only decided that tonight, so I,
Trustee Otto, for the meeting that you're planning, are you planning a traditional evening meeting?
no.
As this,
No,
or
this
just
is
a meeting during the day?
It's a meeting,
Special
during-
meeting?
it's a special meeting, it's a retreat. We have a retreat at least annually. We really need to get going on this transition process and exactly how we're going to do it. So I was trying to do the best I could to accommodate people to do that. So let's schedule it for the 19th, 9 a.m.
I'm sorry, sorry to interrupt you. If I may, are we in a hurry to do that? Because I don't think
Yes.
it's
We're-
fair to have a meeting if she is not
We're
available.
really, really in a hurry to do this because it's very important. I mean, right now, it's a month, it's in essence a month from now, it's a wasted month when we have a lot to do on, there's a lot of steps that need to be taken to do this transition. And I'm nervous in putting it off till the 19th, but if that's a day that everybody can do it and the college can accommodate us.
But she can't do it then.
Well, but she can't do it any day in the month of August. So, I mean,
I said August 26th, but
yeah,
You
but
can't,
it's
College
not
but it
us.
doesn't work
It's-
for you. But can we?
it's not that it doesn't work for me, it's College Day, it doesn't work for
Right.
anybody.
But your statement
Friday
was
the
that I
9th?
can't do any day in August, and I said that's not correct. I can do it on August 26th.
Why don't you ask your employer if you could trade a day off for a little while later to get the day off on the 19th? Okay, okay.
Can,
So-
can,
Trustee Otto, Trustee Kellogg wants to say
Yeah,
something.
if
I
it's,
just, I mean, trying to schedule here, it's always a challenge. I mean, you asked the question, but I don't know if we have to get an actual date right here and now. It sounds like it's going to be a while. We go back and forth. Obviously, it's important, now that I understand the retreat is, the main focus, I'm assuming, is going to be the agenda for the process to be developed for the hiring of a new CEO. I don't know if there's any other items we plan to discuss.
No, and we've also got to set our goals. That's important too. So if you don't want to make the decision to the best of our ability tonight and want to give it to the staff to make that decision, I guess that's okay. But I feel extremely strongly that it needs to get moving, and it needs to get moving as soon as possible, and there needs to be opportunities for board input.
Trustee Otto, would it be so horrible to suggest a Saturday? I know a certain person here wouldn't, well, probably a lot of people wouldn't like it. But what about Saturday, the
I'm sorry.
20th?
How about Saturday, the 13th? Pardon?
I mean, we can certainly look into that. Remember, we'd have to call staff, the media staff, and I don't know for sure if we have them on Saturday, but we can certainly look at that day and figure out how, if we can get them here.
I'm sorry, can I ask a question? And boy, my memory is not doing well, but in the past on board goals, I originally thought we were going to agendize this at our next traditionally held board meeting, which is the 23rd, to talk about the process for the CEO. That was just my assumption only. So, and can you also do this? So my question is, can we put this agendized for the next board meeting?
On the 20th.
But then you've put off anything for the next, I think what Trustee Otto was trying to do is have some kind of framework to talk about at the next Board of Trustees meeting.
Right. Which,
Am I-
if we could do the 13th, that would be great. I'm trying to be as flexible as I possibly can on this, but it's got to get done.
It'd be the 15th this Saturday.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I understand Trustee Otto's sense of urgency in developing a game plan so that we can at least start the process. I understand that. But I don't think it's right to schedule a meeting if all 5 trustees are not available.
That's why I'm suggesting the 13th, which is a Saturday.
Sure, and if the 13th works, it'll work for me, but I don't know how much of an imposition that will be on the staff. In
I don't
terms
know
of
that
pay, payroll overtime, if that's gonna be a huge burden.
Then my alternative suggestion was to leave it to staff to work this out and answer these questions and then propose something, although I got to tell you, when you get elected to a public office and say that you're going to fulfill those commitments, I don't think it's reasonable to say that I can't meet for the entire month. To do something that needs to be done and see if there are other alternatives to do that. Well, no, she can meet on the 26th, and that's all. But that is an impossible date. And so I'm just trying to get this meeting scheduled, and I have a good sense of what it takes to run this process, and if we let this go into a four-wheel drift for a month, I think we're going to be way behind the curve on this.
The only thing, if I may say, it seems to be taking an inordinate amount of time to make this decision, and perhaps there's another way through Google Calendars or something like that to come up with an alternative.
There's a doodle pool.
President Oakley, do you have an idea?
Well, we can certainly poll the board and as well as the staff to make sure we have the staff, and I can work with you as the board chair to schedule it. We just need some parameters of how far out you want us to go to poll everybody.
The earliest in August after the 10th, the better. That's my opinion, for what it's worth. Having run the last process and knowing what it entails, we're not talking about doing the process, we're talking about teeing it up so that it can be done. And if we lose a month in this, I think we're going to be in trouble.
And if I could just add, and I know people aren't particularly interested in my schedule, but I'm leading a tour, and we leave September 1st. And so I will be gone till September 13th, the day of the board meeting.
So,
I got a telephone, I'm in the United States.
okay. All right, so what I suggested is, if we can't do this tonight, which is a shame, what we can do is to delegate it to staff to work something out to the best of their abilities, and be happy to work with them to do that.
And I was just informed that I'll be running the next meeting?
No, I'll be here.
Oh, okay, good,
I'm coming back.
okay, good,
Flight leaves Memphis at 6 a.m.
good.
I want everyone to turn in their calendars by tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock so that I can.
Well, I think Google, and you're talking to somebody who doesn't know a thing about calendars, but I know there's Google Docs or whatever it is that you can do a calendar.
We can use the latest, greatest scheduling technology to get a sense for what everybody's availability is, although based on what we've heard, we have a pretty good sense of what is not available, which is most of the dates, but we will work on that.
Okay, great.
And I don't, I.
And so
We'll
I don't wanna-
extend the month of August. How's
Yes.
that?
And I don't want to I don't want to confuse, or we'll do it, but I can move this, but on the Saturday, the 13th was actually for the State Student Trustee Conference held out of the area, which I'm one of their speakers, which I don't think they would mind. if
Yes, I
wasn't
would
in
suggest
attendance.
you have, when you have this discussion, we need to have student representation.
Yeah, so I don't know, but that's the Student Trustee Conference that particular day.
So-
I don't
so,
know if you knew that or not.
But I think we're defeating the purpose here. If what we want to do is to delegate it, then delegate it, let us figure it out. Is that okay? I mean, we don't have to vote on this, but consensus, is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. May I ask a question? What would it be possible to have a meeting, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, from 4 PM to 10 PM on a weeknight?
You could certainly do it till 12 midnight if you wanted to.
I think we've done that.
We've done that before.
Yeah, yes, we have. So I'm just trying to think of all the possibilities.
Okay, great.
Is your report done?
No.
Trustee Otto?
I just want to thank everybody for the recognition. Congratulations to our new trustee. I think you're a great addition to the board, and I look forward to working with you. As you can tell, this ain't a bowl of chocolates, but I think that we can get some good work done, as we have in the past. To Superintendent President Oakley, I won't be effusive about this because I have to live with you for the next 5 months, and so I won't be too much about this. But congratulations. I think that that the Board of Governors made a good choice, and one of the things that people may not appreciate is that for the first time, one of the negotiations, or one of the negotiated parts of this arrangement, is that Superintendent President Oakley, soon to be Chancellor Oakley, gets to stay on the Board of Regents of the University of California, which means for the first time ever there will be that kind of relationship, meaning a very close relationship between the UC system and the community college system, and we will have a voice on that where we've never really had one before, and certainly not of the magnitude of the Chancellor himself. So since we keep bumping into problems, we get good things done with the CSUs, but not so many good things done with the UCs. It's a great achievement, so congratulations on that, and in the interest of time, I'll leave it there.
Okay, thank you. My report is congratulations to Trustee Malauulu. I'm thrilled you're on the board. Congratulations to President Otto, past President Otto, for your reelection, and I appreciate your sage advice. I wanted to say congratulations to Misty May Trainer, our new volleyball coach. I'm very excited about that, and I think it's quite a coup for Long Beach City College, and goes to show you what a great athletic program we have. And I am thrilled and appreciate the vote of confidence you've placed in me as president. It may have looked a little rocky tonight, but it'll be better next time. And I am deeply devoted to this college. I want to see us progress as we have, and I'm very excited about the future. And then the last thing I wanted to say, and in case I forget when we get to that, is I'd like to adjourn the meeting in memory of Bennett Long. Bennett Long was Vice President of Administrative Services. He passed away about a month ago. We are going to have a public ceremony for him on campus, a memorial on campus in September. And he was a very sage person, very, very committed to the college, lived a wonderful life, died at 94. And I just want the meeting to be adjourned in his memory. And now, Trustee Zia, rather than restate your committees, may I ask if you would send me and Jackie an email of what you exactly want on the agenda? Or wait, am I ahead of myself? No, that's right. There are no trustee committees, right? Okay, go on from there.
I'm sorry, President Baxter, that's not a committee report. I believe I'm suggesting an agenda item under 10.1.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I read it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll get you down to 10.1.
Sure.
Okay, I am thrilled that we have Thomas here to speak to us. And Karen also. So Thomas, you're 9.1, so please come forward. And thank you for patiently waiting. Are you leaving soon to be in the show Hamilton? As
No.
Thomas Jefferson? We'll see
No.
how ironic that is.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, newly elected President Baxter, Superintendent President Oakley, and the Board of Trustees, and those that's left in the audience. First of all, I'm hoping maybe on an agenda item, any meetings that run past 2000 hours, we can bring in refreshments. I think I proposed this once before, but I think I said at 2100, now I want to move it up to 2000. That Sugar Buzz that kicked off at 1700 is long gone, as long as my notes is the same. I want to start off, first of all, with saying congratulations to our President Superintendent on being appointed to the Chancellor's office. I was in SAC last week, and I tried to sneak into the office to see what the layout was going to be, but everything's still covered with plastic and dust or what have you. I think that it's a great move as far as for you. It will give you the opportunity to share with the other 213 community colleges throughout the state as far as your vision, your wisdom, your leadership, and your style, and the type of commitment that you've instilled here at Long Beach City College as far as with the students, as far as in putting the students first as the highest priority. I know in the past, you and I haven't necessarily seen eye to eye to things, but on this, we're on the same page, and I'm speaking for the other 440 classified employees as far as here at the community college. And congratulations to you, and best of luck. And if you need any help, you know, you have my number, right? I'll give it out, but I'm not like Sunny Z. I'm not going to broadcast it or what have you. Okay. Second of all, to Trustees Otto, congratulations on your reelection, and we appreciate all the hard work and dedication that you've given to the college and in the city of Long Beach over the years. And to Vice President Kellogg, congratulations on your election to the Vice President's chair, which I think he was on the P chair, the VP chair, back and forth, or what have you. And I had some notes that I had been working on as far as for tonight, but they disappeared a couple hours ago. I want to give all my credits and props to those that I think that deserve them. And Vice President Gable, I want to say thanks for the work that we got down at PC. Long overdue, but I want to take my hats off to you that now we can walk along the sidewalk and not worrying about having a trip trying to get from one quad to the other. Thank you very much. And I just want to go back. It was about, I think, a year ago. We was meeting with a bunch of people, and we were doing some talking. They were discussing a professor that's here at the college, and some things that this individual was trying to do and set out to do. And then, you know, the conversation went more and more that this individual was going to run for a board seat. And it says, wait a minute, you're saying like one of us is trying to break that glass ceiling and sit up on the table with everybody else. You know, we were skeptical, we was going back and forth. And, you know, we had an opportunity to meet and talk with this individual and became very impressed with this person. Along with that, over the months and everything else, as far as the different meetings that we had, the determination and the drive, meeting this individual's family, her husband and everything else, as far as the strong backing, the support and the dedication was unreal. It was a pleasure, a breath of fresh air. I was very impressed with this individual as far as like saying something and doing it. What you see is what you get. And now, what we see is what we got. We have a new Board of Trustees. We appreciate your hard work. Looking forward to working with you. It was a pleasure as far as watching your campaign, watching your fight, watching your dedication, and just like an example as far as like to everybody else around and the people that's not here and the students and other faculty members and what have you, as far as what you can do when you get your mind set to it with some backing, strong family ties, and you say a little bit of luck and a couple of prayers down the road or whatever. We're not supposed to do that, but I just want to say congratulations to you and looking forward to working with you. and the new leadership on the board, because we have a slight change as far as like the individuals that's sitting up here, the 5 members that's up here. So it's going to be interesting, just like it was tonight. Okay, looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Thomas. Okay, Karen Roberts.
Good evening. Haven't been here in a while, and I was late tonight. But on behalf of the Part-Time Faculty Association, I wanted to offer my congratulations as well to Vivian Malaulu, Trustee Malaulu. You ran a tenacious campaign and dignified and one with integrity, and I'm very proud of you. I want to congratulate Trustee Otto on your reelection, and I want to congratulate Eloy Oakley on becoming chancellor. I'm going to plant a little seed only because I've had part-timers like from all over places thinking I know the answer to this question. I don't know why, but suddenly they want to know if the new chancellor would be interested in putting together a part-time faculty task force. So I'm telling them I don't know the answer to that question, but I'm planting the seed. I hope that's okay. I haven't been here in a little bit, mostly because I will just be completely honest with you and tell you that these board meetings are incredibly lengthy, and to hang around when my time is valuable, as yours is as well. So I don't always stay here. I will have to say, after tonight, I think they are not just contentious, but I think that a little embarrassing. And I am very familiar with Robert's Rules of Order. I have had my butt kicked through Robert's Rules of Order. I have definitely learned the hard way. I run my own executive board meetings through Robert's Rules of Order. That doesn't mean to say that every decision has to be made through Robert's Rules of Order. However, if the board decides that that's the way to run the meeting, then my suggestion is that you run the meeting accordingly to Robert's Rules of Order. I think one of the things I've noticed, and I could be completely out of place saying this, but I've sat in enough board meetings, I feel like I get to say this. When people are labeled in terms of, oh, they're the contentious one, or they're the nice one, or they're the silent one, or they're the vocal one, people begin to react to that. And I think that's very apparent as a board. When we're sitting in the audience, that's very apparent, how you are reacting to one another, regardless of who you are, and regardless of how you think of one another. That is coming across to all of us. One thing that I've used as a guiding principle, I know all of you have probably read Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, right? It's a wonderful, wonderful book. And one of the quotes that I love, that I have tried to use, is this one: between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. That is a quote that I share with my students on a regular basis, and I'm sharing it with you tonight as a faculty member, hopefully educating you so that you've got a big job to do, and you want to get it done, and you want to get it done efficiently and with integrity at the same time. I want to apologize if I'm out of line, but that is my personal opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, this is the opportunity for future board members to request future reports. And as I said, Trustee Zia, unless you would like to specify exactly out, I would prefer that you send an email to me and Jackie. But if you choose to write it out or say it out, I would like to write it down so that I have it. So it's up to you.
Sure. I believe I said it earlier that we bring back to the board at the next board meeting The process that we're going to be looking at, start the process that for adding new members to the Citizens Oversight Committee on Measure LB, on our bond, and look at the bylaws, reform the bylaws. That would be on August 23rd meeting.
Excuse me, did you say reform or look at?
My suggestion would be to reform specifically what we discussed, which was the 2 consecutive terms. Currently, it's at 3 consecutive terms, which the board voted on, and my suggestion would be to amend it to 2 consecutive terms, so more folks can have the ability to serve on this board.
Okay,
on
and the second
oversight
thing?
board. The process, to look at the process.
I thought there was something before that.
I'm sorry.
Did you bring something up at the meeting?
It was, I believe it was the Citizens Oversight Committee
Okay.
on
All right, great.
bonds.
Okay,
And
so it's one thing. Okay, thank you.
thank-
All right, Larry, we've already heard from you, so,
Excuse me, Madam Chair?
excuse me?
Question. Am I allowed to respond to the reports by the AFT and CHI
I don't think so.
presidents? There's no, okay. Would I be able to make a comment later toward the end, prior to adjournment?
I'm looking at President Oakley.
On the agenda, there is no further place for board members to make comments. I mean, the purpose of the reports are for the members of the representatives of the bargaining units to make reports to the board, but at this point, not to engage with the members. If there's an issue that needs to be agendized, and I mean, we can certainly request that something be agendized.
Do you have something you would like to
It's not an
agendize?
agenda item. I wanted to just comment on their report, but that's okay. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right, so the next regular meeting of the Board of Trustees will be held on August 23rd, the Liberal Arts Campus, Building T, Room 1100, closed session at 4 o'clock, open session at 5 o'clock. I would like a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
In memory of.
And in memory of Bennett Long. Okay, Trustee Otto, second? Trustee Kellogg? Do we have to do a roll call? No. Okay. Meeting is adjourned.